It's week 11 of the 2026 season, and we get to watch Jaden Reed. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Packers and the Panthers, next on Madden Football.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We had a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
He's coming off an incredibly productive game, Mike, where he was able to find the end zone 4 different times through the air and secure the win. But it wasn't perfect by any means. He played well enough to come away with the victory. But with that said, he has to clean up on the interceptions. He knows the 2 picks. A couple other close calls he got away with. If those fall into the wrong hands, that game could have went an entirely different way. Coming into here today, can he keep the production in the passing game and come away with a little bit of a cleaner stat sheet?
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Mingo, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. If he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
Here's 2nd and 9. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. The man in motion is Watson. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll go play action with Love. He'll let this one rip. Looking for Watson. J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage. And he knocks it away. It is 3rd and 10. The man in motion is Watson. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, Love. He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The extra point by Romo is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The motion man is Johnson. Young to throw on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. 3rd down, 3 to go. From the gun, it's Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On play action, Love. He runs with it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Check pink. Switch yellow.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. He'll get this across midfield down to the 48. Jordan Fuller in that time for the stop. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. So that'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the veteran Bradley Pinion to punt it away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. With that, why don't we give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd down and 8. Here's Young. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
He'll let this one go long for Williams.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down. Love to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
At the Panthers' 49-yard line.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. In the pocket looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
1st and 10 now from the 36. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Young to throw on 1st down. His pass caught. It's Okonkwo.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Packers on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. The motion man is Johnson. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Carlson's kick is good. And the Panthers are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And as we move into the second half of the season, he continues to put up the big numbers. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, and he is hoping to improve on his 1st attempt. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Up until that run, this 1st half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
On 1st down is Young. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Sending a receiver right. A 2nd down throw for Young. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Young going to give it to Brooks. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. We'll go once more with Brooks. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line. To throw is Young. he will fight his way to the end zone. Bryce Young, touchdown, Panthers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Wins the score, Panthers 10, Packers 7.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
A second down throw for Love. Now he'll run it. They get 21 on that one. First